right, Shadow, pick up. Which one? That one? Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Did you get caught by surprise or something, Mr. O?
Just that last minute crunch.
Gina!
Hi, hello, everyone.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, Angel Mary, K-Dash, my sweet Christina, Mama Teresa, and Gina. Hello.
Welcome, everyone.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Oh, it's been a crazy day here in the old household. I tried to take a nap. I tried. It just didn't work out.
You saw that.
But anyway, here we are.
It wasn't like I was pestering her or something.
Not much. Well, we won't get into the ceiling fan fiasco.
Oh, please.
Okay, well, anyway.
But some good news. The sun has moved into Gemini, so we have posted our monthly modality message. You can check that out on our YouTube channel. I know some of you already have, so thank you for that.
Yeah, we've been doing some posting and some reposting. We had a little issue with our swifting of energy, but it's all worked out now.
Even with the blessings of the author.
Well, we had a little confusion with who was the publisher, and several people kind of were saying, well, we want to review the video, but then it turned out the actual publisher is, for the version we have, is the author.
And of course, we know her from the past, so she was delighted to check it out. She said it was wonderful, and we love Dorothy so much, so we really appreciate having her seal of approval.
Right, because she wanted to see the video, so we let her see it, and she was very happy with it. So we're good, and we're happy too. Because
yeah, we got
it's
about
nice
30.
To connect with her again.
We got
too.
about 36 views on it so far. So
yeah, so it's been going pretty well. And some other things are in the can. We're gearing up for an interesting June. There may be some special deals on the paid for readings in June. So keep your eyes posted for that. And today, I am going to do just a really quick card from an old deck of mine. Matter of fact, well, it's not super old. Relatively speaking, it's 1995. But it's called the Wolf Pack Tarot. And
awesome.
And it's not really a tarot. Trust me, it's only got,
Thank you, Gina.
60-some cards, and they've got little sayings on each card. I may actually have a card in here that doesn't belong. You know, one of those...
flukes.
I see it. It's just a matter of getting it.
Girl
there
Vic.
it is. Hopefully that's the only one. I kept seeing it, and I'm like, that's not supposed to be in there. I'm going to let Mr. O pick one at random, and there's just a very short thing on the card.
Hi, hot girl Vic.
Hey, hot girl. Ooh.
For family. Aww.
Aw, we are family here. You will find that family and friends will give you a sense of joy and healing. A reunion, return of a friend or relative. Old family matters are put to rest. Reconciliation. Well, isn't that a nice card? I just think that's beautiful. Aww. I like wolves, if you haven't figured that out.
Hey.
So that was pretty cool. Oh, you saw the swifting, Gina? Good. I'm glad you liked it. Gonna get Hot Girl on the list.
So I have my 3 decks here. I'm going to use my Arthurian Legend deck. And that's the 3 of Pentacles from that suit. And then I also have the Tarot of the Mermaids. And that's the 7 of Wands. And then I'm using a deck I don't use very often. It's the 13 Tarot. It's very goth and dark. And it's mostly got pips. So that's the 2 of Pentacles. They look like keys to me. It's just basically black, white, gray, and red.
So, okay, so that card was for you, eh? That's cool, hot girl. So, I don't know if I was just inspired, Gina, now that you're here. Sonny. I got toys here for you. Play with the mice.
Did you bring the catnip stuff?
No, I meant to bring the bubbles so that I could just blow them and maybe...
We have catnip bubbles for the cats.
Yes, from their anniversary of their anniversary this month. Well, anyway, I just want to say I've been seeing this magpie video on Twitter, and Gina retweeted it, I retweeted it, and it's some woman who has this amazing relationship she developed with these magpies. And it was such a fun video. It was so cool. It just kind of inspired me today to bring out some of my animal tarot decks. So, we've been doing cats recently, but I brought this wolf pack deck out. And now instead of the Grimalkin Tarot, I've got the Guardians of the Night Tarot by M.J. Cullinane that has all kinds of animals. So as we can see, that's crocs or alligators there. So that's the one deck that I have. I brought out another one I have not used in a while. It's from 2005, and it's the Animals Divine Tarot by Lisa Hunt. And here is the High Priestess in that deck, which is also, a cat, but Bast image, Bast, the goddess Bast. So there's gods, goddesses, and animals in this deck. And
I loved that video about the magpies. That was just so awesome.
And I brought out, of course, again, my, what is it called? Totem Animal Tarot, which, of course, has the beautiful artwork of Eugene Smith. And the book is by, what's her name?
And it's a woodpecker.
Lisa Robertson. Or Amber Weatherstone. I think that's Amber Weatherstone. At any rate, beautiful deck. And, surprise, surprise, I got a little box here for our runes, or our Lenormand runes as I want to call them. So we'll be pulling the Lenormand tiles out of this box. Probably need a little bit wider box, so it's a little tight, so I might be considering my options there.
Yes, we may have
But this will do for now. You can dig deep,
sure.
Mr. O. Dig deep.
Are you talking about picking my nose again?
No, I am not.
Okay, just want to make sure, because I don't normally do that on camera, or at least I hope I don't. Yes.
The Hoarders of the Bird World. I love the way they were fighting over the same toys, just like a child. It's very true, I thought that was very fun.
It was very cute, yep.
I liked when they were playing on the clothesline with the clothes. It was just a joyful video, and it also shows the kind of connections people can make with the animal kingdom. It's really nice. All right, so let's get this show on the road. We've got a list for now. We've got Angel Mary first. We have K Dash, then My Sweet Christina, Mama T, Gina, and Hot Girl Vic. Right. And maybe whoever else shows up. I know I have a burning question for the end of the show if we have time to kill, Mr. O.
I told you about preparation H. Oh, not that kind of burning.
No, not that kind of burning question.
Already.
All right. So, okay, Angel Mary, go ahead with your question. Okay, all right. So, let's see what we've got. You want to deck Mr. O?
Yeah,
or
sure.
Should I? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I will use the Legend Tarot.
Okay. I don't know why I haven't used that Lisa Hunt deck in a while, but it's a nice deck. I'm going to bring that out a little bit more. And summer's coming. I'll have to bring out the fairy decks and the mermaid deck again and all the watery stuff. All the hot summer stuff, Mr. O. Now, every time midsummer comes around, I think of the fairy world.
Midsummer's Night Dream.
Yes, could be.
Oh, isn't there a character in there named Oberon?
There just might be.
Yes, it is one of the sources for my assumption of that name. But not the only one.
Okay, let's see what your manager thinks of you.
All right. So we have the reversed King of Shields, and that would be like the Pentacles.
Okay.
And we have Major Arcana 6, the Lovers, reversed. And then finally another reverse card, the Eight of Spears or Swords, and that's reversed too. Eight of Swords reversed. So I wonder if some of this also applies to his character a little bit, or I could just answer the question at hand and say that maybe maybe they are a little bit I don't know, angsty about you in certain ways. Like maybe they think you should work faster. Maybe they think that maybe you're involved in office politics or office games that are detracting. I don't know if these things are true. They're just the way it's hitting me. I don't know if you have a position there in terms of any kind of other management or overseeing things, but I'm thinking that maybe they're not sure if they would want you to be in that kind of position, or that they're not sure how they feel about maybe management skills.
Well, it's a tough one, and they're all reversed, and I just don't know. I get the feeling here that I don't know why, but I'm feeling that he's kind of ambivalent. I just feel like he's kind of detached from it. That knight, that's the king or the knight?
Yeah, it's the king.
It's the king. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's the knight.
I thought it was.
You know, that I have to revise my meaning. Go ahead.
Well, so
sorry about that.
I don't know why, but I feel like he's detached. Like he's not really focused on, your performance right now. That there have been other things that have been taking his attention, and I just feel that that's what's going on here. He needs, he's too. I think he's finally, though, maybe getting to the point where he can take a closer look at what's going on around him, because I feel like things are starting to free him up now. It just seems like there have been other things going on. He's had some difficult choices to make, some difficult decisions to make lately, and his mind has been on other things. I don't know why. I'm just not seeing, his feelings for you in this.
Well, okay, I'm correcting on that Knight King Pentacles thing, but I did say too that's initially that I thought maybe this could apply to them about themselves, and so I see that now maybe more with that being a Knight of Pentacles, that maybe there is just sort of this sense of not really wanting to put their all into it. I don't know that they're putting that on you, but I am thinking that maybe if I'm looking at it that way, that maybe they're wondering about, the office politics or an office romance, that maybe they don't like that in some way, or maybe they just think it detracts from things. And then with that Eight of Swords reversed, I think the idea there is that, like Banshee said, that they're ambivalent. They don't know how to move forward. So some of these we could just as easily say that's their impression of you, but it sort of feels like it could be either way.
I just don't, it's just my gut feeling that I'm not seeing it. We may have to throw some other cards, well, or we could see what the Lenormand says. But I really feel that if I had to look at it, I think he's looking more long-term at other problems he might be having. And If I had to think of anything at all, I think he's concerned about some downturn with financial issues lately. I hate to say he has to let some people go due to financial, possibly even mismanagement or bad maneuvers. I guess I have to ask you, Angel Mary, what do you think of your boss? I mean, do you feel like they're really on top of their game? Because I'm kind of not seeing it here.
Another part of this makes me feel too that maybe they don't know how to really make changes. They're sort of stagnant, or they're sort of not really.
They're hesitant. It's like they can move forward, but they're a little bit hesitant.
But Knight of Pentacles sort of goes towards stagnancy. So it's a little bit of both, perhaps, or it's how they merge together.
Hey,
and I see you there,
girl.
January girl. Hey. So yeah, in some ways, we sort of feel this is just more describing Cyril.
Yeah, because but let's see what the Lenormand can add to this, because that was really weird reading. All right, whoa. Well, this might be something.
House? No, anchor.
No, it's the anchor.
So the whip and the anchor.
I think right now he's more concerned with. I think right now he's more concerned with how to maintain the status quo. I feel like he's going to be pushing, if he isn't already, Angel Mary, he's going to be pushing people to produce more, to do more. That whip just is kind of like cracking the whip on employees,
It's kind of interesting what you say there, because maybe you're indicating that, maybe what it seems like is he's about to change. He has been hesitant, but maybe now he's just sort of feels like he needs to do something to assert himself. Maybe he thought he wasn't going to be around a while, but maybe he thought he was going to get promoted or move somewhere else. But now he realizes that maybe he's got to work with the crew he has, and so he's going to be taking more firm control in some respects.
Well, I think he feels like, he needs to make sure everything is stable and secure. And right now, I think he's focused on security, and he needs to. He feels this need to maybe crack the whip a little bit and get people moving. But I also feel like maybe this is maybe also for him as well, because that Knight of Pentacles is like not somebody who's moving either. Maybe that's what he's feeling here. Does he feel like, is he putting pressure on you to do more? Because I could almost see that, if I see anything at all, that he might be expecting more out of you.
I almost wonder too if it's like he doesn't. It's like projection. He really sees the faults more in himself. He doesn't really think about you or the other workers necessarily, and so he just sort of sees himself as being a flaw, and he thinks that if he just cracks the whip, that's going to improve everybody, him included. We pulled the bottom card then, or we looked at it.
Yeah, I was just trying to say how many of your darn cards are reversed, because it's another reversed
you
card.
always say that.
It's the Knight of Spears, so that's swords in this
right.
deck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's the Knight of Swords reversed, and that flies in exactly what we were saying with that Eight of Swords, is he's hesitant to make decisions. He's hesitant even to maybe come out and say what he really feels. I get the feeling he keeps things close to his chest.
Spears are really wands, so we got to go back.
Oh, okay.
We got to go back on this one and that one. I'm sorry, we're making a course correction because we have made a boo-boo. There are actually swords. Spears are wands.
So that's a spear?
That's an Eight of Wands. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Eight of Wands. And it's reverse. So in a way, it kind of goes to the idea of sluggishness, really. It just sort of excavates that in a way. And then with this one being the Knight of Wands reversed,
Go on.
looking at it from as a bottom card, it just may be saying too that maybe this is a person who doesn't necessarily have great trust for people, and I'm going to just internalize and say it because they don't really trust themselves in a way. But that there is something about the trust factor here, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm going to have to start completely over now that I know all of this. So basically, I'm going to stick with what I said about that pentacle because that's not changing. I feel as though he is very, very slow, and too slow. You know, he might even be slacking. He's detached from what has been going on in the office. And I feel that, like he said, that does play into the, now that I know that that is the Eight of Wands reverse, it seems like he's very low energy. He just, I don't know if you find that about him, but it seems like he's rather low energy. And he has problems making decisions. And especially since now, so what do we have? Where's the other one? That's the
Knight of Wands.
It's the Knight of Wands. Again, this card to me goes along with the Pentacle because it shows that, you know, he could be a little bit edgy. You know, he could be a little bit edgy, and maybe actually that goes with the whip because, you know, he now feels like he's got to get everybody else to step up for what he is not doing.
Knights portray energy, either how sufficiently or not sufficiently it's portrayed, reverse, okay. And then I'm also wondering too that with that Lovers reverse, that maybe there's an idea there that he knows some of the decisions he has to make he really wants, but he knows some he doesn't want, and he's trying to figure out what he can do to make it more of what he wants.
You know, and also that Knight of Wands might be saying that he feels a lot of pressure right now. I feel, you know, he might be being pressured from others. And so, you know what happens when a manager gets pressured? They put the pressure on everybody else. That's why I'm thinking, you know, that probably sometime in the not too distant future, Angel Mary, you can kind of expect him to kind of be pushing people to do more.
That's what
that
it looks
includes
like,
you.
Yeah.
So that's what we have for you. Sorry for the card errors. Mr. O needs to learn his decks.
Well, you know, spears have a sharp thing at the edge, but clearly, if there's a choice with swords, spears are the projection of energy.
I would say that I have seen spears used both ways. So you just have to know the deck you're reading.
But thanks for ragging me anyway.
Because they can switch it up on you. I think I have something a little ambiguous in this deck, or one of the decks I was looking at today. And I said, well, I have to know what I'm doing when I read that one.
Well, I hope that helped then.
I hope that helped. Sorry about the distraction there, but hey, we'll get it together.
Or not.
Or not.
Wait till we use the next deck that has very... Thank you. I appreciate
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, what deck? Are you just bringing out decks to mess with my head? Is that it?
I introduced
you didn't let me
13
nap,
one,
and
now... And cups look like hourglasses.
Oh, wow. Well, that's not that bad. I mean, I can
Pentacles
figure
look
that out.
like keys.
It seems clearer than the other deck so far.
And plague mask looks like a wand.
What?
Those are plague masks,
Okay,
right?
and they're wands?
Or they're crow heads
sure?
or something. It says so right on the card. See, at least they say it. They don't say spear or
now
some
that
thing.
is helpful. All right, so we are on K-Dash. You are next, and then my sweet Christina, Mama T, Gina, Hot Girl Vic, and January Girl. And we're going to use one of my decks. Which one can get under Mr. O's skin? None of them. All right. Is my new plan in line with my life's purpose? All right. Well, I think we'll do 3 cards on that. If we have to do a yes, no, we will. And Sonny is going to be sitting to my left today. We didn't kick him off completely. We were doing some filming today in the library, and, well, let's just say he was a nuisance.
Yes, he was.
Just a little bit. All right, Mr. O. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the old list. you are just going to be really a problem, aren't you? Aren't you? Needy, needy. Here, let me give you your cat mouse. Here's your mouse.
Okay.
Well, look at that. I've got it reversed. It's the Ten of Wands. Reversed.
Hold on.
Ooh, and then we have...
Wait. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Ten of Wands.
Ooh.
The World.
Interesting,
Right.
this one came up in mine, Mr. O.
Eight of Swords.
Reversed again. Wow, so Ten of Wands, the World. So look at, is your new plan in line with your life purpose? Yes. Yes, I think it is, K-Dash. The Ten of Wands reverse seems to indicate that this will lift you in some way, lift burdens off of you in some way. You're going to feel more aligned with things, I think. You're going to feel more de-stressed for sure. And the world upright indicates success, completion. This new life purpose will complete you in some way. And with the Eight of Swords reversed, that indicates that it will liberate you somehow. I mean, you have to take, you're taking a step outside of your comfort zone with this one, maybe a little bit. Is that correct? Because that's what it looks like here, and it's a good move for you.
It does seem that way. It seems like you are kind of, looking at the abyss and saying, I can do this. I can jump off the abyss because I know I have it. And the world also sort of represents a sense of you seeing a perfection there. Sometimes it appears more in the sense of that's your present or that's what you've just achieved. But we're asking about the future, so it seems to indicate that you have a really good shot at some perfection here. I sort of feel a combination between these cards because they do feel like they're lifting burdens and or taking steps into a new adventure, a new road, that kind of thing. So I just sort of feel that the plan seems to be solid.
Yeah, I like it. I like it so far. Let's see if the Lenormand
Let's
brings...
ruin it with the Lenormand.
Go ahead.
No.
Hey. Well, it might show some challenges. Life isn't always easy street. Just because you found your life purpose doesn't mean it's going to be a bed of roses.
And we have the child.
And of course, I'd have to bring up the mice.
So the mice is actually, the child was first, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I drew first. So I'm thinking that what it says is that anything along the way that represents little struggles, little problems, you mostly will just sort of approach them, easily, calmly, more like a child, and that mostly you'll just work your way through them.
Yeah, I think there's little small bumps in your road. Nothing is ever problem-free and nothing is ever perfect. I mean, if everything was perfect, what challenges would we have? So there's little minor stressors ahead. And the reason I say that is because the child card is here, and the child means small. So thank goodness for that. So, the mice are there. It just means that try to not let yourself get stressed over small little points, Just work your way through them, and everything should be fine. It sounds really good.
I think it's okay to say, too, that really you don't expect this to be leaps and bounds, and you don't expect this to not have little snags along the way, but it really does seem like you're moving out there. This could also relate more to perhaps your feelings about it, but generally it does mean really what's happening. This is more esoteric, your philosophy. This is the meat of the matter. And I think it really says that, you're prepared to, take your time and move towards it. You're learning. It's a child learns.
Okay, so yeah, it is out of your comfort zone. Okay, I thought so. I just had that feel about it. But it's good. This will be really good for you. I like it, K-Dash. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
All right. See what I mean? I like this deck. Why have I hidden it away? I went digging for treasure today in my cabinet of wonders upstairs.
I think if I use the legend deck more often, it'll become more familiar. I like
Well,
it.
sure,
You know.
it's a matter of that. And I know I have some decks up there. Oh gosh, I was looking at this crazy deck I have. What is it called? The Voyager Tarot, I think. And I think it'll be a while before I use that one. It's just hard for me to wrap my head around it. But at least it has some keywords, I think, on the cards that'll help. But it's radically different interpretations, so I'll have to really play with that one. So I see My Sweet Christina's got the question, and then we have Mama T after that, Gina, Hot Girl Vic, and January Girl.
Well, that's a fascinating question.
Wow, how do you want to handle that?
Let's do it as a yes or
Okay.
no, and then take it from there.
Do you have a deck you want to use for that one? I kind of think so. Yes. I knew you were going to grab that one.
Mwah! Mwah! I'm going to use this one.
Gothy looking deck.
Hi, Molly. Have you joined us for a reading? Thank you.
Oh, hey, Molly. Welcome to the show. Welcome. So, all right. If you want a reading, we'll get you on the list. These kind of things are important, Gina.
And now I suddenly feel like I need a bio break.
And I'm so glad to know that you don't take your phone or device in the bathroom with you to keep up with the show. Please don't feel the need to do that. It always cracked me up, and I'm just going to say it because I've been on jobs, I'm just going to say, where I go to the bathroom and there's somebody in the stall talking on their phone, and I'm like, really? And then the toilet in there flushes, and I'm like, really? You really want people to hear that? It's like, to me, I don't know, call me old-fashioned,
Well,
but
thank
I have
you
my
very
limits.
much. Don't forget to hit the like button if you feel so inclined.
Well, yes, thank you. Yes, and by all means, subscribe. You know what? You could just be notified when we go live and
Yolo.
join us.
And Yolo has joined us too
Again,
tonight, so
YOLO!
that's really cool. Thank you,
All right,
Yolo.
so let me get everybody on this list.
So my sweet, I am using my 13 tarot, which is kind of a darker image tarot. So I just seem to resonate with your question.
But how did you want to do it? Are we doing 3 cards?
We're going to do a yes or no,
We're going to do yes or no.
and then we'll
maybe.
come back and
Okay.
do a little more detail with
Okay.
that.
Hopefully these aces are easy to...
I sure hope so.
I'm going to let you do them, Mr. O.
Oh, you are.
I am.
13 for the 13. It is the deck 13. 1.
That's true. Oh, they have words on them. You fooled me. Wow. Is that one?
No, it's
No.
the king.
That's one. You might be onto something, my sweet Christina. Let's just see. Oh, okay. Oh, awesome. You just finished your first deck? I'm going to have to check that out. Was it a Kickstarter deck or was it Gamecraft or anything like that?
Okay, this is the 13 yes or no cards spread, and I used the deck 13, but you got 3 aces.
3 aces.
And they're all upright.
Oh, okay.
You have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. They're sort of a different Gothard kind of design there. So this suggests that the answer to the question is a positive yes, as much as we can say that with tarot, because you know tarot is a snapshot in time.
You know, what can we say? We're just mortals here trying to figure out the, what do you call it, the motivations of the deities or, you know, the angels. And I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't some kind of relationship here, you know, pretty clearly. But let me just throw some Lenormand on this because I'm just curious how we can apply it, if at all, to this question. Why don't you pick one? What do you got?
There.
You know, because ultimately, my sweet Christina, it's all about energy and power, you know? The bear is about self-empowerment or power, authority, and the fish is about movement and flow. And I feel like between the light and dark energies of the world, there is that kind of exchange. There's a kind of flow.
Well,
there's a kind of power sharing.
You know, a lot of people seem to think that sometimes they're just different sides of the same coin in a way. And, you know, when you think about, you know, things that are sort of corollary but not really in a way, you know, devil, angel, you know, fish, bear. I mean, it just sort of seems that the idea of the fish, of course, is to spread and to multiply, but the idea of the bear is to be strong. So when I combine it, I get the feeling like they're covering the same territory. They're sort of good cop, bad cop kind of thing, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know somebody else who created their own deck recently.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And that's
Molly.
Apple and Eve Tarot. So that's pretty awesome, Molly. I will definitely check you out more carefully on Twitter there. Sorry if I haven't been keeping up. It's wow, you know, it's the more followers we've gotten, the harder it is for me to follow everybody. But I am trying.
Yeah,
so.
We're on Twitter too, of course. So yes.
So this was a very interesting reading. I don't know. Do we need to say more or do anything else on this?
Probably not, but I'm just going to look at the bottom of the deck.
The bottom look, okay.
The bottom look. And, of course, it is the King of Wands, upright. So the King of Wands is a person of persuasion. That sounds like the devil. But it also sounds like an angel.
Well, I think it's fair, you know what, this is kind of silly here, but they may both answer to, and I don't want to get into Christianity, etc., but they are angels. There may be even a higher authority that they answer to.
Right. The thing is that it's really kind of cosmic as you can't really understand it. I mean, that's how cosmic it is that we see them as angels, but maybe this intelligence really has no form at all that we can perceive.
Well, or that this is just saying there is this power structure. And I think that they both possibly share that power, but ultimately they may not be the ultimate power. And there may be more than one ultimate power, too, when you think about it.
Well, you have kings and you have emperors and hierophants.
Yeah. So,
and high priestesses.
I hate to ascribe too much of our human
Libra
hierarchy to this. Libra's here too. Hey, we got a active Thursday night here.
That means we can't slow down.
So
thanks
awesome.
everybody for joining us.
Yes, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Hopefully we'll have some fun.
So,
some interesting readings so far.
We got synergy tonight. Everybody's talking and it's really cool. So that's what we have, my sweet Christina. I thought that was an interesting question.
Awesome question. I loved it.
Maybe if you have a chance, drop that on my Facebook account for me too, where you heard that, if you remember, because I might want to go check that out.
All right. Hey, Mama T, you are up. And after Mama T is Gina, Hot Girl Vic, January Girl, Molly, YOLO, and Libra Cuss.
It's all good. We all follow each other. I'm actually more on the Facebook. She's more on the Twitter. So when you go to Twitter, that's what you get. And it's
well,
okay.
He chimes in every so often.
Right, especially when I want to respond to Gina and those musical questions.
You have your thoughty thoth cards, I call them, your thoughty thoth cards.
Say that 3 times real fast. Hi, Mama Teresa. All
okay,
right.
Absolutely.
So let's use one of your decks.
Who is they? I'm confused. Oh, they follow me. Oh. I'm going to go with this one.
Yeah, Apple and Eve is a good friend of ours. We love her too. Just today, I was going to say thank you to her because she gave me some good tips for helping us grow our channel. So it's very delightful. TFT.
Oh, they are TFT. Got it. Yes, and okay, so yes, I hope I follow you. I do try to follow back people who follow me. Sometimes I wait if I'm not really clear about people, but most part the tarot folks I try to follow. Follow, follow, follow. Well, Gina, I would be jealous, but I'm okay with that. Because certainly you guys would know and have better memory for songs. Hey, I just listen and get into the music, and somehow the artists and everything get lost in the process. I'm just totally into the music and the art. And it's really kind of bad of me because, you know, I can be very forgetful about who's written what songs.
So I guess that Dream Police was sort of like a warning, maybe? Or just a cheap trick?
Oh, that is one of my favorite Cheap Trick songs. But then I like some of their schmuckier stuff, too, that you don't like that.
The Flame?
Yes,
I like that song.
I love that
That's an
Flame
awesome
song. But I always like Dream Police. Such fun.
Yes, we have seen them when we were much younger, many, many, many years ago. 3 times, I believe we saw them.
At least 3 times.
Yeah.
At least. So...
I like it when they do the covers of the Beatles songs. Like they came out one time and did an encore, and it was Day Tripper. That was so cool. Got a good reason.
All right. Well, we have the Queen of Pentacles upright. We have the Ace of Cups, that's reversed. And we have the King of Swords, reversed. I'll let you go.
Okay, wait, this was a king too, right? No,
No,
that's
it's
the queen.
the Queen. She's upright. She's an upright card.
Well, the Queen of Pentacles says that you have some energy and you have some desire to be creative or produce or do something. You really want to be there, but you may be letting some emotionality drag you down. You may be feeling that whatever these projects are, maybe you're just not really have your heart into them, or in certain ways you're dragging a little bit right now. It could also be too that maybe you're a little bit weighed down by a decision or a choice you have to make. You have to try to bring a little force to the situation. You may have to say things to somebody that you're not comfortable saying, but it really is something you need to say to somebody. Maybe kind of you're the one who's kind of trying to tell them to be a better person because they need to be, in a way.
You know, Mama T, I see what he's saying here. I do. I feel like maybe it's hard for you to focus, you know, because the King of Swords is somebody who has to make decisions, and he's, you know, and lead. And it's kind of hard when, you know, to make the logical decisions that you need to make when you're kind of emotionally, tied up. You're maybe just a little bit too down, a little bit too depressed, things that are not bringing you joy like they should. And I feel here there is such creative potential in you, you know. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very creative and able to grow like a business or something. So I feel here that if you really put yourself into you nurture this creative part of yourself, you know, some of this will probably go away. I feel that you get a lot of the joy in life out of your creativity. I think it's right there.
Well, another thing, Mama Teresa, I want to say is that, you know, the Queen of Pentacles, you know, that's Earth. You're the rock. You really are the rock in a way. You're the one that kind of holds things together, even when you don't think you are. So you just need to kind of Let that float on you that you're the one. That's why you have to make those decisions, even if you're a little bit emotionally unsure about them, because you are the rock. You're the one that really has to do it, because there probably is no one else to do it. And just do it and you'll feel better. Just do it, like Nike says.
Well, and the other thing I might say about this too, because I'm not sure if this is bringing in, possibly, your significant other into this reading. Like maybe this is you and maybe this is your partner right now. And I think what's going on here is that maybe this could even indicate that you, being the nurturing Queen of Pentacles here, might be having to give some support to, your husband. Maybe he's having some rough times on the job or dealing with people right now. And so this could also be about that, I would say, too. Go ahead.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm first this time.
I'll just let you go.
I want 3.
You could have kept 2 if you felt the need.
Oh, look at that.
Well, that's interesting. I just brought up your hubby because there's the ring.
There's the ring.
And there's the letter. Sorry I didn't hold that up to the camera, but that's the letter. Well, that's interesting. So there's going to be some news coming to you about making a commitment or something. I'm hoping it's positive.
It feels like it could be, and if it's not a commitment per se, maybe it's a contract. Maybe it's an offer. It's an offer, because the ring is an offer. Will you marry me? Will you do this?
Will you accept something? I don't know if your hubby is trying to find other jobs right now. I know you just said he started a job, but maybe there's a possibility something else might be coming down the pike here.
I think it's more about you, and it may not necessarily be a job, but it may be just something for you to accept and do. So maybe it's getting involved in a project of producing more of your jewelry or something like that. Maybe something like that or something else. It could also be too that maybe as an outset you might hear news in some form about maybe somebody else being betrothed or having a connection. So maybe, a child or somebody that you're close to. It could be something like that, because this is a practical sense thing that will happen, as opposed to these being more your thoughts and energies that are going on now.
Well, Molly, since you're new, I'll just let you know that these are actually tiles that I got, but they are of the Lenormand cards. And so we combine, we do a couple of Lenormand cards along with our readings here that we do live. So that's what these are, and I managed to get these from somebody who must have the means to create these. They did the artwork, and I don't know if they have one of those machines where they can create their own. What do they call those?
Fabricator?
Yes, the fabricators. I'm sorry. I'm wondering if they have one, because this is pretty amazing stuff. And I was really lucky to be able to purchase these. They are not cheap. Let me just say, they are not cheap. So I was very lucky. So anyway, that's what we have for you, Mama T. Good luck. And I hope things keep moving in the right direction for you. Did you see what Mama T said?
Which one?
Mr. Osh's. My goodness, he's having a musical affair with Gina, and now he's giving Mama T a ring.
I never
What's next?
I never wear my own wedding ring, and that's usually like not cool.
Well, I'm not wearing mine officially either, so. But anyway, but I have one.
I don't, and
it's a long story how that happened.
Are you trying to make me not talk?
Yeah.
Why don't we just say the obvious? I lost it. No, I didn't.
No, he didn't. But actually, I got him a rather unorthodox ring for a wedding ring. So, because he's kind of an unorthodox kind of guy. All right, so that's what we had for Mama T. Gina, before I get all blah blah here, we're moving on to you.
Hi, Gina.
And then we have Hot Girl Vic, January Girl, Molly, YOLO, and Libra Cusp.
Alrighty.
Well, that sure was fun.
So, yes, and we are having fun tonight, so I thank everybody for coming and helping us have fun.
Oh, gosh. So, all right. So where are the men in this crowd hitting up on me?
There's not a single fellow there, I don't believe, in our chat room. Here I am, ladies. I know, the next thing you know, you'll want me to get up on the table and dance. And even if you don't, there's a good chance I could.
I wouldn't even let you get on this table. I would let you stand on the chair if you are so inclined.
I'll scratch her eyes out. No, we won't.
A one-card pull? Well, you know what, Gina? Are you, like, reading my mind tonight? Because guess what? I put on the table here the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And I thought, well, you know, if we don't get a lot of people tonight, maybe I'll pull a card for everybody. But I'll pull one for you.
We're usually not quite this giddy. Oftentimes we're even more giddy.
Well, and, you know, sometimes we get some very serious questions.
We do. Mm-hmm.
So, and not that your questions tonight are not serious, but I'm speaking in terms of, you know, serious health issues or, you know, relationship issues. And we try to be a little serious when that happens.
I've seen your picture too, Mama Teresa, and you are a nice looker too, absolutely. I kind of like blondes. Yay, Banshee!
Yeah, I don't know, Gina. Something told me to bring out an oracle deck tonight, so I did.
That's right. We are equal opportunity here.
You notice I didn't even have to go around and, like, dig for something back in there because I had it right here. So I am not making that up.
You better say that, Gina.
I'm going to let you shuffle. Shuffle too. Oh, it's Apple and Eve!
And guess what? I didn't bring my karma deck today, obviously.
Just to pop in to say hi? That's so nice of you. Aw.
Thank you.
We have a great group here tonight, Apple and Eve. It's been fun.
And thank you for that mention of those tags to use. That will really be helpful for me. So I really appreciate that. That was nice to chat with you. Good luck with you and your guy.
Well, I don't know how my ESP is working because I'm operating on vapors today. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. Did you cut them?
I didn't know if you wanted me to.
No, let's not. Let's have you
Okay.
pick one for Gina.
Oh, I get to pick for Gina. How awesome. Did you feed me that one?
I did not.
Are they reversed?
No.
Okay.
What do you have?
Spirit of the River.
Ooh, I love it.
Movement toward adventure.
Okay, movement toward adventure, addiction to problems, allowing and trusting the current, the flow. So it invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Somehow that doesn't seem like you, Gina. Allow the waters to carry you downstream, away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call of a new adventure waiting for you. I can't believe the word eddies was in there.
Oh,
But at any rate,
now that's a cheap trick.
stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is consuming so much of your time. Work to create greater good, and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There's nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting, as the situations in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control. Recognize this and step back and trust the flow. There is no loss of face or lack of honor or integrity. It's simply the way things are at the moment. So what this card is trying to tell you is it's time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably, inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are or how they should or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of the spirit of the river. Simply let go and enjoy the thrill of the ride. All will be well. So go with the flow, what a perfect card for you, I have to say. Into the eddies. But at any rate, I feel that, what it's saying too is release any feelings about what you feel could, would, or should be. And just go with the flow and the way it's going, and ultimately things have a way of working themselves out. So that's what we have for you. I love that card for you. That's awesome. It's almost as if it was meant to be today, Gina. So I hope you resonated with that. And this deck, of course, is by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reed. I have a lot of Colette Baron Reed decks in my Oracle collection.
So briefly, I'm going to just mention some of the other shows we do. My show on emotional exchanges, weekly forecasts for the emotional realm in your life. That's tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Are you going to premiere it this
time? I'm going to premiere it. I will be there live in the chat room, but it is a pre-recorded reading. Goth Tarot played yesterday, Wednesday. On Sunday is Material Matters, which is Banshee's economic forecast for us. Also, don't forget we do a monthly modality message that just premiered today, and that's about the modalities, which is a whole other ball game when it comes to astrology. Alrighty.
Okay. I kind of figure you are, Gina. Oh, the bottom card. Oh. I put them back, but I've got the bottom card. Let's take a look. Look at that. The Watchers. Transpersonal. That looks like really cosmic, and it's not the last card in the deck because there are 64 cards in the deck, but it's number 60. Serendipity. Observer, witness, and the transpersonal. So again, this is an invitation to stop doing. I think it goes in line with the other card quite nicely because it's saying there's no more you can do here. You just need to go with that flow. And that's what this is saying too. Get off the treadmill and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but not get caught in any of the drama. So let's just say the Watchers are inviting you to break free from the linear, causal pace of the petty day-to-day. Rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious way, requiring only a sacred witness. Awesome. Love this deck. I do love this deck too. This baby is going to get a lot of use for me. Oh, hey, you are welcome. Yes, no dramas. Let's make this a no drama summer. I agree. So Hot Girl Vic, you are up, and then January Girl, Molly, YOLO, and Libra Cusp. I'm hoping to go to my first paranormal conference this summer. We're hoping, but I don't know. I'm still very leery about everything going on with COVID, so it's hard to say.
It is in August.
But there is a huge paranormal conference, not in the mid of Michigan, but in the Upper Peninsula. And it would be a long drive for us, and we'd have to spend some nights. So I don't know. We're just thinking about it. It's an investment. But a lot of the psychics that I watch on TV and the ghost hunters and the UFO people, they're all going to be there. And I've never been to one before, so I think it would be fun.
Okay, Hot Girl Vic.
Our friend's coming. Okay.
Will the friend zone
What's going
become
on with
your
the friends?
zone? And I'll use the Tarot of the Mermaids for that. For Molly or others, we are on Thursday nights, 7 to 9, and also Sundays, 2 to 4. Rumor has it we may do a couple of pop-up live streams here and there at different times just to test the waters for different times of day broadcasting. So stay tuned for announcements about that.
Oh, sorry. I hope so. It does sound like a lot of fun, actually. Very fascinated by all of this. And I can meet some of the maybe local Michigan ghost hunting groups and stuff. Did I tell you guys, we actually came home from one of my doctor's appointments, and there was this, what would you call it, like an SUV? There was kind of an SUV driving past us that was definitely ghost hunters. And were they called ghost hunters?
They had a ghost hunters type
Kind of logo on there.
They had some stickers on the back.
Yeah.
It was white, sort of like the Ghostbusters car,
And they had
but
a thing on the back
car.
that said, "We believe you." So I thought that was so cool, and I wanted to get their phone number, but they went by too fast, and I
Okay,
couldn't
Hot
see
Girl,
it.
here's what we got. We have Justice upright.
Okay.
I like that. We have Queen of Pentacles upright. She's pretty. And then we have the reversed Nine of Pentacles. And that's good. I'm going to start with that one.
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to let you go. I have some ideas.
Because the Nine of Pentacles talks about maybe somebody who's sort of, once again, walking away from their comfort zone, or maybe they're looking at physical things in their life and saying, I want more than physical enjoyment. I need something else too. This definitely speaks to that. And it speaks to the idea of somebody maybe who has been living alone, not necessarily lonely, but somebody who's just been in an aloof existence, but maybe they've decided they wanted to venture out. Justice seems to indicate that maybe it's the right decision, or that clearly there is some magnanimous thing about what you want to do, what you're trying to accomplish. Who doesn't want to be friends with people who are fair and treat you fairly? I mean, let's face it. And then we have that Queen of Pentacles, and of course it sort of relates to the Nine of Pentacles, but the Queen of Pentacles really says a person, a woman or a person who really knows what they want and how to get it. Somebody who can plan and really focus and do that.
Okay, so I love what he said about the Nine of Pentacles there, because that kind of stole my fire a little bit here. It's very true that you feel like something is lacking in your life right now. You know, you have a lot of what you desire, a lot of what you want, but you feel that lack, and clearly it's in the area of your social life, as you're pointing out. And I feel here that, you know, if you feel like, you know, maybe this is about meeting people, you know, halfway. I mean, if you want to attract friends into your life, you're going to have to be willing to meet them halfway. Justice is about balance, you know, balancing those scales. And I feel like that, so, you know, it's not just, you can't expect them to come to you. You have to make some overtures to come and attract them. And I feel that's where the Queen of Pentacles comes in here. You know, you need to show, you know, your empathic side, your nurturing qualities, that you're a caring, compassionate individual. Bring out that side more. And I feel that you will attract friendships to you. So it's clearly, I think what this is giving you is some advice on how to go there. Right now, it's not exactly saying it's coming, although if I were to say something is coming, I might think here that you might find somebody in a compatible, compatible with you in an earth sign. I don't know how compatible you are with earth sign women, but I feel like there might be a woman, who you might meet and or establish some kind of a better relationship with. Maybe it's somebody you work with or go to school with if you are, working right now. So that's a possibility as well. I can't rule that out here. But let's pull Lenormand and
Sure,
see what
I just
else.
wanted to add
Oh,
one
go
other
ahead.
thing about justice,
Yeah.
which is that a lot of times I get the sense that for some justice, there can just be a matter of a compromise, both sides coming to a certain consensus. In this one, though, I think that the compromise is the one you find in yourself. When you look into yourself, like some of the other cards were saying, and say, what can I do really to find myself on the path to friends? And so you have to examine deeper in yourself what maybe makes you interesting to friends and how you can put that out there in a way. Because you would be, of course.
So let's toss some Lenormand on this. I'll go first. Oh. I have the Sun.
I have the Stork.
Wow.
This is great, hot girl.
I think things are going to shift and change for you. I think a new beginning is coming. The Stork is a birth, so I think there's a birth of happiness and joy here and success. I do feel, if you maintain a positive, nurturing, empathic attitude, you will be able to attract friends your way. I think it's going to happen.
Sometimes I think the sun is about light coming into your life. And when light comes into your life, you might be able to see things you didn't see before. So some of this maybe goes to the idea of you figuring out, looking into yourself and saying, oh, I should do that, or maybe I should do this, or whatever it is. But you're going to find out things about yourself that will make you feel more confident, more interested in moving more into the light.
Yeah, it's all good. I think this really does look positive, hot girl. Something's
Sure
going to
hope so.
happen. I can't give you an exact time frame on this. You do have, I will say this, you do have 2 Pentacle cards in the mix there. And so sometimes that means it may take a little time. Pentacles are kind of slow. So don't expect this to happen overnight. But as things are opening up more again and COVID restrictions are easing, I think our social lives are going to, improve as well.
Right. It could be weeks. It could be months. I don't think it's longer than a year,
No.
but it could be, towards the end of this year,
Yeah.
something.
But it's looking good. I think, like I said, cultivate a nurturing, open attitude. And remember that you got to meet people halfway. If you want friends, you got to go out there too and be assertive as well in trying to reach out and touch people as much as you can in a COVID environment, right?
Hey.
But it's changing now, as we can see. So, hey, good luck with that, hot girl.
So that's what we have for you.
And we're going to move on to January girl. You are up, and then Molly, YOLO, and Libra Cusp. Oh, so I really need to get a blog post out there. I've been kind of dropping the ball on our website now that I got it done.
Me too.
Well, you got the last blog post out, so I do think I'm due. So we're going to get our webpage really moving quicker. And if you haven't been there yet, that's tfttarotfortoday.com.
All right.
Hey, you're welcome, hot girl. Positive reading. You got something to build on here.
You are welcome.
Okay, any other announcements?
No, I think we're probably good.
Announced out?
Announced out. Well, you did mention soul stories.
Oh, yes, I did, didn't I?
And soul stories are mostly banshee stories, but maybe there's a rumor I might have one too. They're basically synchronicities and interesting things that have happened in our lives that give us meaning.
I've had crazy things happen, lots of them. And so that, but I haven't done a soul story in a while, but there's certainly one brewing. There's at least 2 brewing, actually, so I'll have to get on the ball. Ah. Okay, so you just want a general look at your work situation right now? I think we can do that. Is it my cards?
Sure, it's your turn.
What haven't I used yet? I don't think I used this one. Crazy stuff. Signs are me. That's really all I can say.
Synchronicities. So we're going to look at January girls' work situation.
Let's see what's going on there generally, I think. That might help. Oh, you can hardly get there in the morning.
Thanks for clearing that up, January.
Well, that's okay. Let's see what's going on. Seems like I had some weird synchronistic thing happen recently, and now it eludes me. Well, I hope they do. We'll see if we get any signals about that in this reading. Maybe we could do a yes-no follow-up and see what we get there. Oh my. So we do have the world reversed here. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. And then we have the card following the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords. Boy, has this been coming up in readings today, but this time it's upright. So I don't know, sometimes you feel like you're just trapped, you feel like you have no way out of your present difficulties, But the problem is that maybe you do hold the key here to your own entrapment. I think is what it's saying. Success for the moment just seems to be very elusive. What do you see here so far?
Well, I get the feeling that it's just sort of like what you can expect at this time. There's better there, but you're not really sure how you get there, and you mostly feel, or what circumstances will bear to tell you, is besides being trapped, there's just not an easy way to be more clever in the situation. And what I mean by more clever, I mean is that there's not much that is plannable to work your way somewhere else. That it just sort of seems like most things are battened down to a certain degree, and you don't have options for movement in other directions or for leads to take that would take you somewhere. So it's mostly kind of a stalemate of sorts.
Yeah, well, that Seven of Swords reversed has kind of thrown a wrench at me here. I feel like maybe you need to just, you're probably going to have to assert yourself more in the situation. But I would be careful how you do that. Because if you're too overt about the way you do it, people might take it the wrong way. So you got to handle things a little bit delicately here. But I feel that there's something that is elusive and eluding you. It might just very well be that money. I'm not seeing signs of that here, though.
Signs of what?
Well, the bonus, whether she's going to get the bonus or
I don't
not.
Clearly see that.
No. So I think we do want to do a yes-no on that. But let me Let me toss some Lenormand in this situation. What do you say about that?
I think this card, the 7 reverse, the 7 of Pentacles reverse, says
No,
that
it's swords.
swords, 7 of Swords. That's what I meant, though.
Yeah. Okay.
To me, is maybe indicating that there's a double-edged sword about where your cleverness or where any planning, secret or otherwise, might take you. That you might find there are some things you could do maybe on the side, I say covert, but they may not work out for you. And I don't know if that's trying to have other jobs or trying to squeeze in other jobs or something like that. I just sort of feel like being on the straight and narrow is going to work more for you than trying to do some things in a secret way.
Well, I can see how the environment saddens you. There's something here you're not happy. You're not satisfied. You're not getting out of it what you wish for. And so therefore you feel like you're just kind of stuck. And pull a Lenormand, because I have one here and I want to see what the partner is.
The sun.
Wow, and I got the ship. Well, we certainly want to sail when the weather's nice, don't we? And so what I think this might also be saying is, ultimately, to achieve success, you're going to have to move on, from this situation. This is not a situation that's going to end up successful for you.
Maybe what it's saying is that you will be successful when you are able to, because we're not really getting a clear idea of how long your situation will be.
Well, she did say it's temporary, and I think it's probably just a semester, right? Is this the thing you're working just till the end of the semester or something?
You may have to grin and bear it. You may have to just hold on.
You may not get that bonus. I'm just not sure. But we're going to do a yes-no on that right now and see what's up with that. But I feel like your best course is just to move on from all of this, because success lies somewhere else. I'm going to let you shuffle first. The ship is about travel. The ship is about movement. And I just feel that it's saying move on, to brighter days.
Or that you will be.
And I do think that, you probably will be.
Just not soon enough.
Oops.
Do you want to count?
I think you should be able to handle it, but it's not easy. I didn't say it was going to be fun, but you should be able to get through it.
It's just not going to make you the happiest person until you can move beyond. How do you tell the aces, eh?
What do you mean? They say ace on them, so I would be able to tell. Okay, so the Queen of Wands, this is a definite no. You may not get this bonus. I hope we're wrong.
I wish I was wrong.
But there is the positive card in the batch is the Queen of Wands upright. But then we have the Empress reversed and the Six of Cups reversed. And so I feel here that you've done a lot of hard work. I feel like you are working hard, even though you may not be totally into what you're doing. You are putting out the effort, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be rewarded appropriately. I just feel that the Empress reversed indicates a lack of a bounty, a lack of reward. And the Six of Cups reversed just indicates this may bring up some negative associations to you, maybe about some past bad experiences you've had. I don't know. I'm having a little struggle with the Six of Cups there. What do you see?
I almost feel like maybe if there was somebody there that maybe has a link or connection to your previous life existence, somebody there you know, something like that, maybe they're part of the situation. I kind of get the feeling like maybe there's just some sort of people problem there. You don't fit in for them. You don't have what they want. You don't seem to fit in a way, and maybe it's not personal, but maybe they're just not capable of seeing you in the light you want to see yourself in. That maybe they're just not really seeing the good qualities in you because it's really not about you. It's really about something else, and it just sort of seems to be vague and unknown. But maybe, when you are able to move on, I don't know that you should leave now unless you really have something really great to leave
Right.
for.
I wouldn't leave without anything else, to go to. I would just stick it out. I think that what we're seeing is going to have to happen after that. The sun and the ship. I feel you will move on and, find something that will bring you more success and will also bring you more, it'll make you more optimistic and enthusiastic than you feel now.
Bottom line for me is that you're a better person than they are. They're not capable of seeing greatness in you. They don't see you in a better light, but you see yourself in the light you need to see yourself in. So you just need to continue believing in yourself and looking for your opportunities and maybe not have regrets about what has happened before, but just move on.
Bam. That's it. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how that 6 fit in, but that's it. Don't let this experience cloud, where you're headed next.
Because you are a lion.
Well, January girl, I say stick it out. It may not be the best case scenario right now, but things are starting to open up again, and I think with that there's definitely going to be more opportunities, so hang in there. Hey, my sweet Christina, thanks for joining us. You have a good night. Thanks for that cool question.
You always have good questions. You take care.
And we will see you soon. So that's what we have for you, January girl. Good luck with that. Hey, Molly, it's your turn. So you can get a reading and then YOLO and Libra Cusp.
See, everybody wants to be the chief. Well, good luck, January girl.
Yeah, hang in there.
Molly the Muse, it is now your turn. Hope you didn't mind waiting.
Any way
Right.
you can better maneuver getting the dollars? I don't know, really. I would just say by trying to not let it, I would just say if there's any hope of it at all, maybe it's just by, regardless of how dismal the environment is, if you're constantly showing you're putting your best foot forward and maintaining a positive attitude, it's possible. But I kind of feel like they're stuck in their own little rut right now of treating people kind of the same way. So I'm just not sure it's a positive environment for you, I'm getting the feeling.
What deck should we use for Molly? I think I want to use the Legend deck again. The Arthurian Tarot. Thank you for saying that.
This, I moved states. I don't know anyone. I am performing a full restart. A business read, absolutely. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's unfortunate, though, but jobs can do that. I mean, they can make or break people's entire career path, Oftentimes office politics and stuff like that, too. So, I never tried to let it stop me from pursuing what I loved, But I'll tell you, you put up with a lot. You decide what it is you want to put up with in life.
A lot of people come here and we feel so grateful that they feel good about telling us their dreams and asking us these questions. And we really hope we can give you the best possible feelings we get. Remember, of course, we're not legal, medical, etc. experts. We just want to give you something to think about, and maybe it helps.
Well, we're inspiring you to think your way out of these problems, with some of the things the cards have to say.
Good luck, January. Thanks, Molly.
All right. Now we know what's what in this deck. Okay.
All right, Molly the Muse, this reading is for you. So we have the reversed Eight of Shields. That's the Eight of Pentacles.
Okay.
I'll put that one there. It's interesting, eh? And these are the Kings. At first I thought they were the Aces, but I found out they're the Kings. So this is a King of Spears, I think.
So why doesn't that say it on there?
I don't know why. I think the King is the only one that doesn't.
It looks like a sword to me he's holding.
Are you sure?
Oh, it looks like a sword.
Oh dear. Let me pull these cards and I will do a recon. Gee, Molly, we're not going to
it looks
push you
like
with
a
this.
sword in its scabbard,
I know it's not an ace, though, because here's an ace.
Okay.
See, the aces are different. They say ace on
So
it.
is that reversed?
It's a reversed Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Shields
So
in
all
this
three
deck.
cards are reversed again,
Yeah.
Mr. O. Okay. So let's see here. We've got the Eight of Shields, Pentacles. Well, that's definitely a careerish kind of card. We have the King of Swords, I hope, right? And then we have the Ace of Shields. So we have two Pentacle cards. And they're both reversed right now. So yes, I sense the problems you're having getting your footing. It looks as though there is some trouble getting something off the ground. That's the Ace. A full restart. I see that. So it's hard. And it's like you really... maybe you've just been thrown off your game a little bit here. It's hard for you to get, I don't know about the drive and the motivation, but to really work hard and focus on this, I think, is the key now. You're really going to have to try to do more and do it better. Maybe even than you had done the first time. So there is going to be some heavy work involved. That's what I feel when I see this Eight of Pentacles reversed, because, other people will be judging you, and, maybe that is going to prove problematic. What is this again? Did you figure that out?
No, I didn't. I have a feeling that it's not even a real card.
What?
There are other kings that are clearly kings, so I'm thinking it's just a placater card. And I don't have my booklet here, so I'm really embarrassed about this. I think I should just pull the next card and go with it.
All right.
So then that's really the second card.
We're not using that deck again today.
No. And this one is the upright Four of Pentacles.
I'm not giving you 3 strikes. So, Four of Shields, Four of Pentacles.
Obi's in the doghouse.
That's one positive thing I think here. You know what? You have at least the knowledge and you have the resources, to get this off the ground again. I feel like, it's on you, though, to work harder towards your dream and turn this Ace of Pentacles around, it's reversed. So we want this to get off on the right foot, and to do that, I'm afraid there's no escaping. There's going to be a lot of work involved.
The interesting thing here is that they're all shields or pentacles, so they are all clearly related to material matters, business matters, that kind of thing. The first one with the 8, I had a slightly different thought than Banshee, and I thought that this meant that maybe you realize that a lot of the skills and work you did may not necessarily translate exactly right now, maybe not in the immediate, and so that seems to be something that you're bothered with because you're not really getting to use those skills for some reason.
Well, stop there a minute because I want to look at that. I like what you said there. And I think that maybe also, Molly, this could be talking about the fact that you may have to do a little bit more, I'm not going to say training, but I'm going to say study. You know, maybe you'll have to do some study to incorporate something new into your business, something like that.
I don't feel that it's exactly that your skills aren't good anymore,
No.
but there's just something wrong or different about how you need to use them now. I don't know if this is the clue I need, though. It's the reversed Ace of Pentacles, so it just sort of seems like maybe this isn't the right time, or that it's just going to be a really slow time getting started there. But with the upright 4 of Pentacles, I think mostly this is saying that there's a lot of things you need to hold on to, especially in terms of the business knowledge. So maybe if there are things you can do now to retain your copyright or your plans, it's sort of like maybe holding down the foundations you have and then working on those other matters. Like right now, it may be more important for you to just sort of ground the business or the business ideas in something really tangible, do all the filing of paperworks or things like that. I don't know if that makes sense.
The Four of Pentacles is about resources, and so I feel like you need to make sure you have everything in place. But see, to me, 4 of Pentacles is upright, so I feel like you do have most of what you need. But also, the Ace of Pentacles being reversed might indicate that, as he said, there could be delays. Maybe it's just a call for you to take it slow and make sure that, you know, what you're putting together is really going to work for you. You may, like I said, you may want to do some tweaking. You may want to do some additions to what you do. You may want to look at what you have and what you offer and either package it differently or add something to the mix.
But don't go away, and you're welcome. We got a little bit more for you. First of all, because of the mistake with the card, and yeah, Banshee's right, I'm really bad there. I'm going to pull the bottom card. I feel like I need to pull the bottom card for you.
Not another card.
No, it's
Could have
okay.
picked another deck.
And it's another ace, but it's not reversed. It's the Ace of Swords. And I think this says you have the initiative and you have willpower, and that's what's really the strongest thing on your side, is that it doesn't matter what your knowledge is and stuff like that. It's really where you find your strength of character, your strength of will and force. That's what's going to be more the deciding factor.
Well, that's how you can manifest what you want. Absolutely.
You're welcome. Here's 2 more for you. The whip. Whoops.
All right, so the whip
And
is
the
saying
crossroads.
that you have to get busy. You have to, you know, not be confused about what directions you're taking anymore. You have to choose a path. You have to choose a path forward and go with it. And
Soon.
cracking the whip kind of indicates to crack the whip on yourself. You know, get yourself motivated to get this moving.
And it may be that my interpretation, I'm the lesser of the Lenormand masters here, is that you will be moving quickly towards this path change, that circumstances are going to move you quickly towards us, and that if you don't see us for another week or 2, you may be coming back and saying, hey, something happened and I've shifted gears totally. I mean, it sort of sounds like you're in the process of doing that a little bit, so... Did we miss you, Yellow? I think you were after Molly.
Yellow
Okay.
is just posting the question because she
Gotcha.
knows we're near the end. So, at any rate, hey, good luck with that, Molly. Sorry for the little card confusion there. I'm going to inspect Mr. O's decks before every show now. for confusing cards. I have some too, though, so...
The Banshee seal of approval.
So at any rate, I think we've got it figured out, and good luck with that, and feel free to come back.
Come back and tell us how it went.
Yeah, and if you get a YouTube going, do let us know so that we can check it out too. We are equal opportunity supporters out here.
Thanks, Molly.
In Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We want everybody to grow. All right, so YOLO, you are up, and I see your question about your future. Let's go with this other deck I brought today. We're just going to use my decks for the rest of the show. No, I'm just kidding. Throw. Oh, now you're counting them. Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to focus real hard on this deck and YOLO's question. Well, do let us know, because we'll be right out there subscribing. I can't always make everybody's show, but I definitely want to support as many people as possible.
There's 2 extra cards in here. There's 80 cards in this deck. I'm freaking out!
Yeah, I tend to not use... Okay, there are a few decks where I take out the extra cards, but I tend to not use tarot decks that are bigger for some reason. I'm not as comfortable with that. I like to go with the tried and true 78 card decks when I'm reading for others. But, so that's what it was. So you're right, that probably wasn't...
My glasses are foggy, and I'm looking at Gina's line there, and I'm thinking it says, insipid, this deck.
Inspect the deck.
And that would actually be right, but that would be my opinion.
This is Tarot Inspector Banshee here. And like I said, there's decks I have that I would not read for people unless I knew them intimately well. And like I said, I looked at this Voyager Tarot by James Wainless, and there is no way I would read for people with that deck, because I would be totally a fish out of water doing it.
I always seem to end up with these decks that are kind of perplexing, like the one I use for my Sunday pull, the Navigator's Tarot, the Mystic Sea. That one's really crazy as funk.
And I have these 2 newer decks that I have that are more, Wiccan witchy decks, and they are really different. And I'm going to find a way to use them someday, but I have to do some serious study. It may just be that I use them as an oracle, because they are pretty radically different.
Okay, YOLO, let's see what the angels want to tell you.
All right.
Well.
Okay. So we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is reversed. We have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is reversed. And there's a cute rabbit here. We have the Ten of Pentacles upright. Wow. So the message from the angels. I feel as though the angels are trying to tell you that, that when it comes to partnerships and relationships, you have to be maybe a little more discerning, a little bit more logical. You should maybe not let your emotions overwhelm your logical side, because you could make some very bad decisions here. The angels want to tell you, though, that it seems as though that there is something positive to come out of your family line, your family ties right now. I'm almost wondering if this message that's coming through is not coming so much from the angels as it's coming from the ancestors right now. There's somebody maybe in your family line, ancestral line, that is trying to connect with you and give you this message that you really need to not let yourself become overwhelmed emotionally when you're dealing with others. You need to think more logically when you approach your relationships.
I get a little different feel. I thought it's angels. Maybe it isn't angels, but ancestors.
I don't know why, but that's striking me. But go ahead.
The feel I get, Yolo, is that maybe they're thinking, they're not asking, or they're not telling, or they're not wondering. They're thinking that maybe you are bearing some unhappiness, and maybe they don't know that you accept that maybe you think this is a happiness you can just think away because you're thinking of other people, other things, but they want you to be happy. And I think that they are wondering, are you really happy? They think you're happy, though, mostly in the service of the family, and maybe it's the family of humans, the family of humankind. It's sort of altruistic and strong, but they sort of feel that maybe to some degree you deny yourself something because you're in service to this higher goal, of this feeling you have, and they don't want you to necessarily deny yourself certain things. It may not be that you're denying yourself love, but maybe they feel you're denying yourself something. Maybe it's an adventure you need to have. Maybe it's something they need you to experience, or they want you to.
Well, I think we could just be tapping into two different energies here, which is possible. You wanted the bottom of the deck, and it's interesting what is on the bottom of the deck. We have, my friend, the Fool card.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I think that wherever this message is coming from, I think that they're also saying that right now, or they're recommending to you to treat your life and your experiences with others like a great adventure. Don't be afraid to take risks, Sometimes we get so trapped by, our feelings and our emotional side that we're afraid to move forward and to just let caution go to the wind and take that leap of faith. And I think that the angels are telling you sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith. You got to trust. You've got to trust that the universe has your back.
I liked what you said about that, the sense of caution, because I think that's what I was kind of grappling for with that there too, that they don't want you to be afraid to take chances. They think you need to consider some chances to move forward. They want you to be happy, and they maybe feel that you need to have a relationship or further the relationship you have to some degree, that maybe some of that needs to be shared somehow with more than just yourself.
So let's throw some Lenormand on this.
Shouldn't I do first? I don't know, I just said that. Oh, look at that.
Oh, good. You can interpret that. So there's mountains and there's lilies. There's lilies growing on those mountains.
Well, I think that the lily says that all of this is your process of growing, of maybe maturing, and that's a maturing of the wisdom that I saw with that ace, or that 10 of rabbit thing there, pentacles. But that even then, there's always going to be an adventure or a struggle. Not a struggle per se, but maybe a path that leads upward that, presents a little bit of, discomfort or challenge. Maybe challenge is the word I want. And so that as you go forward, you're always going to find challenge, but you're really expanding yourself, you're maturing yourself to meet that challenge. Oh dear.
No. I'm thinking about it in terms of my message because it fits sort of with a little bit of what I was saying here.
Thanks, Molly.
Excuse me, YOLO. But I'm so glad you had a great time. Hope
Appreciate
to see
that.
you again here. Take care. You know what? I feel that YOLO, what the angels or the ancestors are trying to tell you is that adopting this, what I've said, a more logical approach and not letting yourself being overwhelmed by emotions. Could you put those down? Why are you hiding them?
I'm not.
Put them down so I can point to them. So not being overwhelmed by emotions, you will be able to have a more mature attitude to overcome the blocks and the obstacles in your path in dealing with others, because for some reason I keep thinking that this message from the angels has something to do with your interpersonal relations in life.
Right, and that's what I was getting to.
So that's what I'm seeing here, and I think it ties quite nicely into that. What I said about the Two of Cups here and the Knight of Swords.
And the bottom card.
And even the bottom card, like I said. Sometimes, too, a mature attitude, sometimes you think, well, is it mature to just take a risk and trust fate? Yes, sometimes it is. But it's also knowing when it is the right time to do that as well. And that's where the logical side comes in.
Indeed.
So that's what we have for you. I hope that all makes sense.
I hope so too.
So good luck with that, YOLO. Hey, thanks for stopping in again. And Libra Cusp, you are up.
Oh my goodness, Libra.
Your last reading of the night.
Give you a minute.
Hopefully you are still with us. I like this deck. I need to
I
bring
like
it
that
out
deck
more.
too. I didn't even have to use my cough drops.
Libra Cusp, are you with us? We'll call one more time. If not, I'll do my little reading.
Right, you might show up while we're doing that.
Well, maybe I will shuffle. I just had a question, and I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but I'm just curious to see what the cards will say about this. I asked something last week, and it came out sort of interesting, but I just want to know if it's possible we're going to experience a third wave of the pandemic come the fall and winter. I've been having some weird feelings about this lately, and way things are going, and I really am very, very wanting to see things return to normal, believe me. But I've just been having some unsettled feelings, so I want to see what the cards are going to tell me about that.
Yeah, it's amazing how much passion we have for the cards. It's just something we've done forever, it seems.
Well, it wasn't always tarot for me. I used to read a regular deck of cards when I was growing up.
Thank you. Thank you, YOLO.
You stay safe as well, YOLO. Take
Yes.
care. So you're going to be able to shuffle this for my question?
Maybe.
Or am I on my own here?
No, you're never on your own.
Aw.
Because I don't trust you.
All right. Well, I just want to see what they say. Of course, the tarot is not an exact science here. We've had some good luck in predicting some of these things, but I just have this feeling that not enough people have been vaccinated in the U.S. to totally ensure that this is not going to happen. And we who are vaccinated might have some protection, But, you know, a third wave could also spawn more, what do you call it, more variations to the virus, and that could affect those of us who are vaccinated. So I just want to see.
So speaking of that, in addition to
More
reading for
biscuits
people,
of bark.
biscuits of bark.
Well, you know,
Bob, B-O-B.
is he ever not ready for that?
I want Bob.
You're so silly.
I think if you have a chance to go check out our YouTube channel, we do things, Molly, that we would consider prognostication.
We predicted Super Bowl winners twice.
But we've done some videos on the Brexit crisis from over a year ago, and also on the coronavirus crisis. And some of that stuff actually kind of is supported by what happened.
It's possible, Gina. I have something to report to you later. I'll DM you. It's kind of interesting. So,
This was
positive,
your question,
though.
right?
Positive. All right. Whoa.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm sorting these cards here to figure out what the hell is going on. Oops, pardon my French.
So, I'm just going to say, I hope I'm wrong, but it's leaning towards yes, there will be a third wave. You know, it's leaning towards yes. We have the Ace of Wands here reversed. We also have the Ace of Cups upright. And the last card, the Nine of Cups reversed, Mr. O. So, needless to say, it's not anything anybody wants to see, because that's like the wish card reversed in the tarot. So people are not going to be happy about this, but it definitely looks like there could be some issues. You know, whether we're going to have to go back to square one or not is another matter. But I have a feeling that those who are not vaccinated and who might be going out and exposing themselves, it could be causing some serious problems for people in the non-vaccinated category.
How
And
did you
there's
ask the
still a
question?
lot of people. I asked if there would be a third wave come the fall or winter. So I hope I'm wrong about this, but this is kind of feeding into my fears a little bit here. What do you have to say about that Nine of Cups there?
Well, it says to me that people don't like what they have. People don't feel that their conditions are enjoyable.
Right.
And that sounds exactly like how somebody would describe having COVID or COVID crisis.
Or us going through this whole darn thing again to some degree. I don't think we'll go through it the same way twice, but this looks kind of interesting to me. So at any rate, oh, thank you. Thank you for that, Molly. Appreciate it. So nothing went off to show us that, right? But
I didn't see it, but we'll check and see later.
so that's the end of the show today. Mr. O is counting cards here while we're wrapping up. So I would just remind people that we'll be back on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another live show. And don't forget, Mr. O's Emotional Exchanges is coming out tomorrow morning, and he's going to premiere it, so I better get my rear out of bed. It's 7 a.m. so I can join him in the chat room.
Well, that's kind of me too. So, but I'm normally up because, gee, lately those cats have been trying to get us up to feed them earlier and earlier.
The cats keep awaking us. And so then the other thing is, don't forget Sunday. I am always there at 10 a.m. in the chat room for my Material Matters show. Check it out on Sundays. Those of you with business questions, you might want to check out the business environment, what's going on in the week ahead.
Molly, if you have love for cats, or if you just want to see silly cats, Well, sometimes they get up on the stage here.
Well, thank you, Gina, for saying that, because I'm going to do likewise. I think it's in my best interests because
Yes,
I have just
that's
seen
us.
some articles that
That's
indicate
us.
that people with my condition potentially are only like about, at best, 40% protected from the vaccine. Now, if I do get COVID, I will probably get a milder case, but I'm
Who
not
needs that?
I'm not protected. So completely. I'm probably less protected than most everybody else. So with that in mind, I'm going to mask up. I'm going to keep masking up places I go. But I'm going to try to be a little bit more open about life and going out places. Like we're thinking of taking that trip in August. We are seriously thinking about it, but we'll see how it goes. I got to make a decision soon because the hotels will, kind of be, the reservations will be taken.
Gee, Molly, I guess you'll like our ending piece. It's actually the opening piece, but I'm going to use it again so you get to see our cats.
So anyway, we're going to close out. Thanks everybody for being such a lively chat today,
It was a
giving
lot of
us
fun.
some
Thanks,
great
Molly.
questions, and thanks to Molly for joining us, being a new person, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you on Sunday. So stay safe out there, everybody, and take care.
Watch for the cats.
Bye-bye. Tarot community. All right, Shadow, pick up. Which one? That one?